Hey everyone! Welcome back to this short holiday decoration series. So up to this point we've made a few different decorations, and in today's video we're going to paint all of them. So going down the list, we've made a bottle cap dreidel, a toilet paper roll snowflake, a packing paper wreath, and some mini star ornaments. And I actually made a few more of those just for a bit of variety of things to paint. Alright, so this is everything we have right here. This one's painted. Now we're just going to go through and paint all the rest of these today. Alright, let's get started. So I think I'm actually going to start with some of these mini star decorations. Then I'm going to get my cutting board or craft board out. So I have a bunch of different paintbrushes we could use, so I'm just going to put these off to the side. And then we're also going to get our paint out. So today I'm going to use this big paint palette just so I can get a lot of options on the board. So I'm going to start with this one. We already have a red loop on this, so I could either do something that's also red, maybe go for another holiday color like green. So I'm going to take this green and brighten it up a little bit with some white. So I'm also going to put some water off on the side so that we could clean our brushes in between. And I always just like to have some paper towels on the side as well, just so I can dry my brush off. I think I'm going to use this medium-sized brush. So I think I'm going to do a green base and probably do a little bit of red accents all along the way. So let's see how this goes. You know, one thing I really love about acrylic paint is when you're painting on paper or cardboard, it dries really fast as long as you're not globbing it on. So if you spread it on really quickly, then you get a nice dry coat pretty fast, then you can do another layer right after. I think I'm going to do some red highlights on it, maybe some red star shapes all along it. Let's give it a try. Alright, so I'm going to clean this brush really quick, and then we'll switch over to red. One other thing I like to do is, you may have noticed a lot of these have colors on the top of them. Some of these are the original paint stickers, but other ones like this, I just painted on myself. Take a little dab of the color, and put it on the top. Then once that dries, you'll know exactly what it's going to look like when you paint with it. I think I'm actually going to use a different paintbrush, something with a finer tip. This one should be pretty good to use. There we go. And in case you guys can't tell, I don't actually paint that often. I'm much more of a drawing and crafting sort of person. So this is going to be a bit of an adventure for me as well. So enjoy watching me as I hopefully start to get better at painting. So I think I'm going to do a candy cane one next. Instead of white, I think I'm going to try using silver and use the same red as we used before. Alright, so I'm going to use a silver base on this, and then we're going to do red stripes all along it. Not gonna lie, I think this actually looks pretty cool just as a nice flat silver. So I'm gonna leave this one as is because I think it looks pretty cool. And I think I'll just do a different one in a candy cane style. So I actually have this little stand that I'm going to use to hang while it's drying for a few minutes here. Clean our brush. Put this off to the side. I'm going to do some red stripes. Obviously you can tell I do not paint all the time because these are about as straight a lines we're going to get with me painting. But that's fine, you know, all that matters when you're doing craft projects is that you enjoy it. And I like how this looks, so I'm going to keep it. So this one has a green loop. I think this would look pretty cool if we made it all red. I think this probably looks pretty good on its own, but just for fun, we're going to add a little bit of silver along the edges on the tips. Let's get our mud water. Alright, there we go. So we have one more of these to go. What do you guys think for colors on this one? Let's do a black one. I think that'll look pretty cool. Here we go. Alright, there's our last star. I think that turned out pretty cool. Gotta get our mud water out. Next up, I want to do the dreidel, so let's go with a dark blue. Alright, so this is looking pretty decent so far. I'm going to let this dry off to the side before we put the actual symbols on. And the last big thing we need to paint here is the snowflake. I'm thinking I'm going to do a full white base on this. This is going to take a big chunk of white. And then I'm not sure after that. Maybe do some silver, something like that. Maybe we could do some blue lines in the middle. Something like that might be cool. Get my white paint. So I'm going to glob a lot of this out because we're going to have to cover this whole thing. Alright, and to hold this one so that I don't get my hand too messy, I actually have a paper towel roll. Alright, and I'm going to put this brush back and probably go for a bigger brush. Alright, it's looking pretty good. Let's flip it over and do the other side. Alright, so here we go. We got all the white done. So I think I'm going to try doing just a few blue lines in the middle. Maybe some diamond shapes. We'll give it a try. We'll see how it looks. Let's see how this goes. So this is our snowflake. You can probably pop it off now. And now that our dreidel is dried enough, I'm gonna try putting the symbols on each side. Alright, I'm going to do the best I can here to draw each of these symbols. So we're going to start with noon. And then shin. Next up is hey. And then finally gimel. Alright, and there's our dreidel. So that's it for this holiday series. So as always, I want to thank everyone for watching. And if you like this video, I'd love for you to like and subscribe and check back next time I make more videos. Thanks everyone. Bye.